This week's Parsha, Parsha Shemini, we read about the death of Nadav and Avihu. The Torah says that Nadav and Avihu die as a punishment for offering an Eish Zarah, an unauthorized fire offering of incense, of Ketoret, inside the Holy of Holies. A Kohen Gadol is allowed to go into the Holy of Holies, but only under specific circumstances and with specific rituals. And Nadav and Avihu go about it in an unauthorized fashion. The Medrash comes along and says a number of different possibilities as to what were some of the underlying issues that brought about a punishment for Nadav and Avihu. One of the suggestions is that they never got married. Nadav and Avihu remained bachelors, even though the Torah and Jewish tradition and society values marriage and family building. Nadav and Avihu chose to remain bachelors. And the question is, why did they choose to remain bachelors? So the Ksav Sofer, the son of the Chassam Sofer, offers an interesting suggestion. Ksav Sofer says, Nadav and Avihu looked to the two models of great leaders that they had in the Jewish people and in their family, their uncle Moshe and their father Aaron. They looked at their uncle Moshe, who was the greatest of all leaders, something that they wished to aspire to, but noted that Moshe, who married and had children, had two sons who did not live up to the expectations or to the model of their father Moshe. It seems that Moshe spent all of his time dealing with the people, with Am Yisrael, at the detriment to his time and ability to raise and direct and guide his two sons, who were not able to follow in his footsteps. On the other hand, you had Aaron. Aaron had sons who followed in his footsteps. In fact, his son Elazar becomes the Kohen Gadol after Aaron's death. So Aaron is the model of the ability to transmit to the next generation the level and caliber of leadership that he himself possessed. However, compared to Moshe, Aaron was second in command. It seems that Aaron, in investing time and resources to his children, was unable to reach the highest echelons of leadership like Moshe. So Nadav and Avihu said, if we follow Moshe's lead, we have children that don't follow our ways. If we follow Aaron's lead, we end up never reaching the highest echelons of leadership. We choose neither. We opt out so that we can focus exclusively on bettering ourselves and developing our own abilities and service to Hashem. And Nadav and Avihu are punished for this because you're right, it is a contradiction. It is a tension between work-life, between developing ourselves and transmitting to the next generation and sharing with others. But the Torah doesn't want us to avoid that tension. The Torah wants us to live in that tension and to recognize that the ideal situation is one in which we have to divide our time and share our time, both in developing ourselves, in helping the world, and in our family. Many of us struggle with work-life balance, with developing ourselves and developing those around us. And the Torah says you're not going to solve that. What you're going to do is you're going to live in that tension, do the best you can, constantly think and reconsider your balance, but always realize that don't opt out like Nadav and Avihu tried to do, but rather live within that tension to the best of our ability. Wishing you a wonderful Shabbos.